So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. What's up, folks? Didn't play that music. Didn't. Hey, welcome to Trip Popcast. Triple RIP Podcast. Raw Ranch with Ron. I am your host, Ronnie Mack. We finna do this now. It is 7:45 on the dot. Boy, I'm good. I didn't even plan that. I just wrote 7:45-ish when I posted it, and we on here 7:45-ish. I was on here 7:44 and some change. Now we at 7:45. So, yo, what's going on? I got my boy Alex here. Yeah, there he is. He's here. He don't want to be on camera. He didn't do his hair today. So, oh, I thought don't slap me. I thought too soon. Too soon. I apologize. That when he actually has low haircut, and he always keeps it low. That y'all can't see him, but that wasn't the joke. I just normally say something about our hair, but that wasn't. He's not sick. He's fine. Has nothing to do with the awards. It literally just ended up being the one joke I told. I am not Chris Rock. I am Ronnie Mack. So let's dive right in. Let's go. Y'all know what's going on. If y'all haven't heard, you have not been paying attention. Sleeping, and probably creeping. But this whole ordeal with Will Smith, Chris Rock, was Will wrong? Was Chris Rock wrong? Shouldn't even been slapped. Should he just sat and yelled at him from the seat? Should he press charges? He denied to press charges. Is he wrong for standing up for his family? Is he wrong for telling a bad joke? Is it this? Is it that? As always, I'm going to be real with y'all. I will go ranting with y'all, and I will be raw with y'all. I'll be 100. I'm going to speak to you 100. I'm going to let you know what it is. 100. Oh, by the way, I hope y'all like my hair. I know it's changed since I've been on here last time, and I have no idea what I'm doing with it yet. Might let it grow. Thank you. Nah, see, that's my auntie. That's my family, man. My auntie popped up and say, no, he wasn't. I will stand beside that. Before I go in and just start throwing my weight around, because I'm a big boy, me and Alex have had this discussion most of the day. Um, we actually even went to the comic book shop. Shout out to Reflection Comics over in Punta Gorda. Y'all like your comics, your action figures, your Funko Pops. Yo, your boy got them. Rico, we looking at you, boy. So we was over there talking, and we even had this discussion at the place. Not the right place, but Chris won't. Oh, he won't do it again. And you're right, Auntie. So Chris Rock even said in Twitter, I believe it was, that there's a time and a place. Where did my phone go? There was a time and a place. It's over there. There's a time and a place for everything. He also stated that there was a thin line that you can cross and that you can't cross being a comedian. I'm just, don't quote me on all this. So, but it was one of his Twitter feeds, and he said he actually crossed that line. He apologized. He made himself look bad as a renowned comedian um, because of the line that he did cross. He also did mention that being a comedian is not the fact of making fun of people's hardship and what they're going through and the diseases or whatever they have going on in life. It's actually being a comedian is about making light of your real life situation to bring laughter and joy in a dark place. And he apologized, and he apologized to Will and Jada and the whole Smith family on his Twitter feed. Will did the same. People saying, "Oh, he took too long to reply, or he took too long to say an apology to Chris." So, and both of them could be made up statements. I just literally went to my mom's house to drop something off, and I seen nothing on TV but this going back and forth. And Whoopi Goldberg talking about the reason why they didn't escort Will Smith out of the Oscars is because then they would have had to give a 15-minute apology and definition on why they're escorting a black man out And it goes 50,000 different ways. There's people that are saying that, oh well, Will is lashing out because he hasn't dealt with the fact that Jada cheated on him. Oh, Will is lashing out because he that was his way of getting back at everybody, but he could only get to Chris Rock. Like, come on, man. So I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be real, and I understand the joke. That, and I do too, Auntie. This is the thing. I would tell you where I believe. This is just me. I'm not everybody. I'm gonna speak from where I'm at. And me and Alex spoke about this earlier. But from Chris' standpoint, that was not written in the cards. That was not on his teleprompter. That was not something that was in the script or whatever it is. No, that was not part of it. He is a professional. He knows what he can and he knows what he can't say at the Oscar Awards, being a host or being up there and doing what he's doing. With that being said, yes, he's seen the green dress, he's seen a bald head on a female, and the first thing was like, "Oh, GI Jane, yeah, I got you," blah blah blah. Not considering, because I seen when I first heard it, I'm like, "Oh, is Jada going out for a GI Jane movie? Oh, that would have been sweet. Yeah, that's cool. I feel that." And then I realized I forgot that she even had a disease. So that whole thing, think before you speak, he didn't have that. That filter wasn't on at that point in time. So was it right? No. Am I taking up for him? No, because I ain't taking up for nobody. Because at the same time, Will did what he did and reacted the way he reacted. Now, jump into Will's side. People are like, "Oh, well, he was laughing." Yeah, Will was laughing because Chris Rock had just told another joke before that, and then slid right into that, and it was still like, yeah. And then he heard what Chris Rock said, and was like, and looked over at Jada, and Jada was not having it. Like, it was disappointment, it was embarrassment, everything was on her face, and then Will realized like what just really occurred, and that's when he stepped up, walked up, did what he did, walked back to his seat. Now, I am 100 with you. Doesn't matter if the joke was funny, but I feel, and yeah, yeah, and that's true, Auntie. It was inappropriate, and because you think about the fact what Jada has been through, what their family has been through, what Will has been through. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and a lot of people might not. What you say? Oh, a lot of people might not want to hear it or anything, but at this point, y'all have to realize that Will, that Chris Rock, that Jada, that their family, that um, all these people are human. They're not superhuman. They're not, oh, we don't have emotions and we can control ourselves better and all that. They're human. We all make mistakes. I say that to the fact of Chris Rock, because that was a humongous mistake. Um, if I was in Will's shoes, 100, speaking 100 right now, I'm trying to be a better man. I'm trying to be a better Christian man. And I told y'all the reason for this channel is being real, being raw, and just speaking. I'm not finna sit here and sugarcoat and give you the answer. Yes, I would have stayed back and I would have dealt with him later. No, I'll be 100% honest with you. If I was sitting there with my wife, or if I was sitting there with my daughter, or if I was sitting there with my mother that has a disease and somebody jokes about it, I don't care if we're on national TV. I don't care if we're home. I don't care where we at. You don't know what our family has been through. And if you're going to joke about a disease that my significant other is dealing with, it is my job to protect them. It is my job to make them feel safe. It is my job. So, with that being said, me speaking as I am, if I was in that moment at that time, y'all can not like me, y'all can do it. I would have probably reacted the same way. Let's be real. I would have reacted the same way. And there's a lot of people that be like, no, I would have done it. If your significant other, the person you love, you share life with, that you are with, if it's not your mother, if it's your mom, if it's not mother and mom are the same person. If it is not your mother, it's your wife. And if it's not your wife, it's your daughter going through a disease that they cannot help. They had to cut their hair for that reason. And then somebody, if Chris Rock would have said that in their house, they probably would have joked it off, and we're probably like, all right, now you better watch it now. You cutting close to the line. You're on national TV. Not only that, you're in front of all of our peers and where we are and what we do, and you calling my wife out. Not calling her out on something she did. You're calling out for a disease that she's willing with. This is the thing. Chris Rock thought about the green dress, the bald head. Oh, G.I. Jane joke. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett was like, this is our life. So that line that Chris Rock spoke about not, he crossed it. And that's just all to it. Gary, and that's it. Gary Ratliff. And Gary, I appreciate you. Good looking out too. I showed off some of your work today. But it's not joking about, because and just what Gary said, just what my aunt is saying, like, there's some things you can joke about, but there's some things you can't. I take light of a lot of people's jokes with my back issues, but that's something I can't control. That's a medical condition. You know what comes along with that back issues? Depression, anxiety, not feeling good enough, feeling like you ain't just nothing, going through pain every day, and then you're going to sit there and joke about it because you don't have it. Oh yeah, that part. See, a lot of y'all don't think about that. A lot of people don't think about that. Think like, oh well, you're just too sensitive. I'm sensitive because this is my life. You can't tell me what I'm sensitive and what I'm not sensitive about when you're not walking through it. If Chris Rock was walking through this situation, I best you believe it, he wouldn't have touched the joke anywhere near that matter. Not to it. Then you got people saying, oh, well, if it was The Rock up there, I bet you Will Smith wouldn't have slapped him. The Rock wouldn't have stepped in those shoes. Rock wouldn't have stepped on himself like that.
Or what about if the joke was directed at The Rock? That wouldn't be a slap.
Oh, yeah. If you said that to The Rock and that was The Rock's wife,
or forget that. What about if it wasn't The Rock? What about if it was a big time rap artist or like?
Oh, if there would have been a shooting. It would have been Tupac down at the awards all over again. Y'all, like, it's bad. And I'm not saying y'all as everybody that's on this channel. I'm talking about, hey, what's up, Jackie? What's up, anime? It's just the way people are going about it. The internet is going to run rapid with these memes. There are a lot of.
As a matter of fact, the subject of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face is going to be a 50-50. Some people agree with it, and some don't. But as a grown man, the look on that lady's face said it all.
It breaks my heart. It would have broke my heart. My wife sitting across from me and somebody just said something that hurt her. I have to defend her. That is my wife. Period. That's my love. That's my life. If you think anything different, there's women I've seen. I thought it was going to be to the point of women being like, oh, I want me a Will Smith in my life. But there are females that are out there.
They're like, he was so violent. It was a slap. That's called a check.
Yeah. If he wanted to, he could have did this here and knocked him out. Y'all don't forget, Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in movies where he just didn't play it. He took that role in heart. He went and trained. He did boxing. He learned how to box to play that movie. You think that boy can't throw a punch? That's why he slapped him. I'm checking you right now because you just stepped over the line with my family. I could have uppercutted you and knocked you out. I could have put 2 pieces to your face, knocked your teeth out, and put you down. True. But he didn't. He slapped him. I don't know. I can't believe people are going to that point. And females, there are some females, not saying anybody on here, and that's it. And Auntie, just what you just said, it wasn't. And exactly, Peyton, I know you're a little bit younger, but I feel you. That is 100% it. And exactly what Alex said earlier. This is not a roasting session. You're not here to roast Jason Pinkett. You're not here to roast the Will Smith family. This is the Oscars. You're not here to gain your comedy step up on the next joke that you're going to ride out with. This is the Oscars. And you're roasting somebody on a medical condition that they can't control. So, yeah, it was. And then that's true. Denzel Washington had pulled him aside even before, after that, and was like, and I spoke to y'all before, we speak raw on here. When you're at your highest, when you think you're at your best spot, like this is my night, this is it, the enemy, the devil's going to try to swoop in there to destroy you mentally, physically, emotionally, and drag you down. Now people are saying, oh, Will should be Chris Rock is not pressing charges. Will Smith should he should at least get arrested for a misdemeanor on battery.
What's he gonna do? What's that gonna change?
If he's not pressing charges, who's going to arrest him for a misdemeanor? Chris Rock said, I was wrong. I stepped over the line. It was my fault. Will Smith also said it's my fault. Now some people are saying, well, he put a tweet out or he said something 20 hours later, which that was 20 hours too late. You don't know what happened. He's apologizing to the world 20 hours later. That doesn't mean him and Chris Rock didn't settle it. P. Diddy got up. Was it P. Diddy? No,
yeah,
it was
supposedly
Sean.
Besides Denzel, Puff Daddy intervened and said, hey,
yeah, he did it on stage.
He said, we're going to talk about this afterwards.
So Puff Daddy, even when he got on stage next, he was like, hey, just so y'all know, he looked over, he said, Will, he said, Chris Rock, we're going to talk about this. We're going to handle this like a family at the Gold Party. Good? Good. Let's keep going because that's how it should be. Now, speaking real, yeah, it shouldn't have happened. You want to know what hurts me? I told y'all, everything I say y'all won't agree with. Everything I say is not going to be 100 in your heart or make y'all feel a certain way. So hold on, man. This showed absolutely no self-control. And he should have. Anime, I understand that. He should have. But when it's my wife that you're talking about in front of everybody, I don't really care who's around. I'm going to defend her. Yes. Hindsight, right now, yeah, cool, bet. Hey, listen, we're going to have a talk about this later. Oh, my bad. No, that's hindsight. That's now after everything's happened. In the moment when you're not expecting something and the unexpected happens, it catches you off guard. But you know why? Because we're all human. We can't we're not going to get everything right. Will Smith is not a superhuman. He's a what do they call him? A superstar, movie actor, singer, rapper, all this, but he's not a superhuman. That man has a life. Chris Rock, he made a mistake. Want to know why? Because he's human. It happens.
They both lost out.
They lost out.
They both lost out.
Chris Rock shouldn't have said it. Yep.
Right.
Will Smith shouldn't have slapped him on stage. And what I'm saying is, what I have done, I look and put myself in Will Smith's shoes. Would I have done the same thing? Probably.
Hell yeah, I would.
Probably.
Hands down, because you love that female.
That's my wife, my daughter, my mother, right there, embarrassed. And then not only did he say it, but when Will Smith turned and looked at her, the look on her face, I'm sorry, that's it. You just destroyed, embarrassed my wife in front of all of our peers and on TV in front of the whole world. My reaction, it sucks, but you think I'll deal with it later. Yeah, it was a long walk across that stage. And he's probably thinking, should I punch him? Should I give him a two-piece? Should I jack him up and body slam him? Or should I just open hand slap him? That's what was running through his mind. Which one should he get? Not like, oh, this is the Oscars. People are not going to like me after. That's my wife, my life. Come on, man. Come on. So that's just me. Now, let me get through some of this. David, what's up, brother? Every year Oscars have people to tell jokes. They do tell jokes, but people don't tell jokes in poor taste. Yes. And it was a joke, anime, and it is in poor taste, but that doesn't mean it's okay at somebody else's expense at their health. And that I don't agree with. If you wear an ugly dress, I call you out on it.
But that's also been brought up about the Oscars, that this is no longer a war ceremony. Now it's become a roast.
Now you're roasting people. So whoever the host is allowed to talk crap about everybody in the crowd, and it's okay. During the Oscars? No. That's what you're a comedian for. Save that for your stage. That the Oscars wasn't the place to do it. That was supposed to be a nice, enjoyable night. And when Chris Rock crossed the line, when Chris Rock crossed the line, Will Smith crossed the line. Both crossed the line. It was what it was. Would I have done the same? Yes. Yes. Regina Hall made a joke about their marriage and nobody slapped her. There's a difference between their marriage and a health condition. Something you can't, the marriage, they decide to stay together. That is what it is. When you're dealing with somebody's health, then in a disease they cannot control, I'm sorry. I love you. And that's what this channel is about. You can speak yourself and we can talk about it and we can agree to disagree. I think talking about some things and joking about some things and being at the Oscars in front of the world and put somebody down for your benefit at their expense about their health, no, I'm sorry. I just don't think. And I don't know what you mean. I don't know what Regina Hall said about their marriage, but everybody's talking about their marriage. I don't know. Was it at the Oscars anime that they have?
Well, no, everybody keeps bringing back the entanglement. Like they're trying to use that as an excuse.
So if a kid at school slaps one of your nieces because they made a poor joke about how she looks, are you going to tell her she done? No, it's a different anime. You're not getting what I'm saying. How did he not know? He knew about her condition. Everybody knew about her condition. What she's saying is, Chris Rock said he did not know about her condition.
They're supposedly all friends.
Yeah, they're friends. And she came out about that 2018. But
another thing that's messed up, if they were friends that long, you would think as a comedian he'd be like, "Hey man, I might throw this joke out there. Is that okay with you?"
Joe, too soon, Joe. You stop it. Stop. Joe, I was talking about maybe her boyfriend should have stepped up. Joe. What's up, Jason? We just came from Rico's shop up the road. And no, what I'm saying, anime, if my nieces them were at if my niece was at school and somebody said something about her clothes and her clothes are raggedy and she slapped them, I'm not saying they deserve it. That's not the same thing. Now, if my niece is at school and she says something to one of the other kids about their mother's health condition or their dad's health condition or their brother's health condition and she gets slapped, she deserved it. Okay. You want to know why? Because we raise our children better than that. You don't talk about nobody's health. You don't talk about nobody's down doing. You don't talk about nobody's clothes. Do they do it? Yes. You might think I'm wrong. Everybody might think I'm wrong. I might lose y'all from the podcast, but this is the point of this podcast is to be real, be raw, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. It was such a big deal. Anyway, he didn't laugh at the joke. Chris Rock said a joke and was rolling into another joke, and then Will Smith was laughing at the joke he had just said, and then he rolled into the, "Oh, what are you doing, G.I. Jane?" And Will Smith was like,
when you watch the video, it looks like he's collecting his thoughts. Like,
and he kind of just like, did he just say that? And then he looked over, and when he seen his wife's face, that made it even worse. So he was laughing off of one of the other jokes, and then they had her on the big screen.
Hell yeah!
So because after
they focused on her, and that look she gave Will, and Will was like smiling, like, this mother did not just put my wife out there. And got up, walked up there casually, looked at him, mollywopped him, and then walked off stage. And Chris Rock was like, "Holy shit!"
So is it okay to make fat jokes? No, fat jokes are nope. It's not okay. If my nieces, you asked the question, if my nieces or nephews made a comment to somebody in school and they got slapped for it, how would I feel? You don't talk about people like that because you don't know what condition they have, or if they just eat too much, or if they're bulimic. No, you do not. I think it's all, yeah, and that's it. The trip. Oh, what's up, bro? What's up? And it's not okay. I joke. If I can't take a joke, I don't put a joke out. I will never, I try to never joke at anybody's expense. Do people joke at me like, "Oh, look at you, retired, you done got fat"? Does that bother me? Yeah, because what they don't know is I've had 2 major back surgeries. I gained over 60, 70 pounds per back surgery because I couldn't get out and work out. I can't go to the gym because when I try to push myself in the gym, I end up hurting myself even more, and it's always in pain. I'm always doing something wrong, and it never works out. So when people come at me and be like, "Oh, look at you, boy, you done got fat, you done gained weight." Yes, it bothers me. Do I correct some? Yeah, depends on where we're at. And I'll call some of them out. Me and Alex have had the discussion before. Sometimes I try to blame it on the fact, "Oh, well, I'm 40 years old, I'm getting older." And I can use the excuse that, oh, well, I had 2 back surgeries. It's all, yeah, I can do better. Should I be worse? I could be a lot worse too. But I'm doing the best I can. And yes, I don't have a disease, but through these back surgeries, I'm not the person I used to be. And with the depression that comes along with it, anxiety, I'm not making excuses. Y'all don't get me wrong. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying if somebody keeps coming at me about how much weight I've gained, how fat I am, and this and that, and not knowing where my life has been the past 5 years, if it continues, I will correct you right where we stand. Now, if you do that to my mom or my dad, knowing and my mom and dad are going through something or they're sick or whatever, oh, look at you. You look like a bag of bones. Look how skinny you got. Oh, you best believe I will punch somebody in their mouth over my family, especially my mother and my father. Rosie, hush. Rosie's thinking about stop lying. You just lazy. No, Anime, I'm not saying he wasn't wrong. He was wrong. Chris Rock was wrong. I'm saying that if I was in that same situation, being 100% real with everybody across the board, especially you, because you're my family, being 100% real, if I was in that situation, I probably would have had the same reaction. Was he wrong? Yeah. Hindsight, yeah. Yep. Sitting right here, right now, a couple days later, yeah, he was wrong. He shouldn't have did it. There's a way to approach stuff like that. He should have said something. He should have handled it a different way. But that's hindsight. In the midst of the moment, emotions, everything right there, I probably would have had the same reaction. I just so weird. No. No, we're not condoning. I'm being honest with you. We're not condoning physical assault for words you can't say. I'm being real with you, and I'm not going to take it back for being honest. That's what I'm doing, is being honest. And I'm saying that I just said Will was wrong. He shouldn't have hit him. Chris Rock was wrong. He shouldn't have said it. At the end of the day, both of them were wrong. What I'm saying is, if I was in Will's shoes, being a man and it being my wife going through you don't know how much depression is ran through that house, how much crap is ran through. He is a human. We all make mistakes. I'm not saying, yeah, go punch him again in his mouth. No, Chris Rock shouldn't have said it. Will Smith should have hit him in his face. Hindsight right now, that's how it should have been. Being real, I'm not going to sit here and be like, if it was me, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have yelled from my seat and I would have took care of it later. No, being me in that moment, being my wife that has a disease, you're making fun of us to make a joke at her expense about her medical condition in front of all of our people. I'm not going to lie, I would probably have had the same reaction. Now, am I saying he's wrong? Did I say? Yeah, I'm saying he was wrong, and I'm saying Chris Rock was wrong. But in the heat of the moment, when you're there in that moment, you can't. That's He lost. He didn't have self control. That is 100% right. And Jada, and not publicly announced her condition. That was what, 2018. So no, we're not condoning physical abuse, and it's okay to go slap somebody if they wrong you. I just said, when people wrong me, I tell them, hey, watch yourself. Yeah, you're skating that line. Watch yourself. So I will let you know. You keep talking about how much weight I gained and you've been fat. I can go back at you because I'm like, you've been fat for the past 20 years. What's your excuse? Because you don't got a sickness, you're not diseased, you just eat too much. So then when people get me coming back at them like that, oh, why are you being all angry? Because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm going through. You could have caught me on one of my bad days. I'm going to be real with you. I eat once, maybe twice a day. But the meds that I take make me bloated and make my stomach blow up. And people think like, oh, look how fat you've gotten. You don't even know what's going on. So when people wrong me outside of my house, yeah, I'll say something. Sometimes I won't say nothing because I'm used to it. I expect it from certain people. That you don't expect from friends. If I come up to you and you're my family. No, I didn't. Yeah. I think it was 2018. Um, I think it was 2018 she came out with it. And anime, I'm not holding that or nothing against you about her condition, because when I heard the joke, I first thought like, oh, is she going out for a G.I. Jane's part? I don't know, because I don't pay attention to the Oscars and movies. I honestly thought like, oh, she's going out for a G.I. Jane. Oh, Jada would kill a G.I. Jane part, G.I. Jane part in the movie. And then I'm like, oh my God, she's sick. And then I seen the part where Will was walking, and I'm like, oh, I got it. But at the time, because you see, everybody else in there laughed too. Because yeah, she came out with it publicly. Yeah, we all knew. Well, everybody didn't know. I'll take that because you didn't know, but we all knew. But at the same time, Chris Rock it's one of the things, and he talked without thinking. You tell your kids you think before you speak, because your kids come up to you saying something out of line, I guarantee you're gonna slap them in their mouth. I ain't here. I'm not finna lie for nobody. I guarantee you gonna slap him. You gonna slap him. You let your child walk up to you and be like, "Oh, who you think you is?" And got us right here eating it and talk. Please believe it. I don't think he would have hit Mike Tyson. I don't think nobody would have hit Mike Tyson. This is the come on, Joe. Stop it, Joe. Look, this is my thing. Mike Rock Tyson. This is the thing. Everybody's talking about they don't think Will Smith would have hit this person or would have hit that person. I didn't even expect Chris Rock to say that to that extent. So I don't expect people that respect Jada, Will, or anybody like that would have stepped over that line. If you would have told me, I didn't believe it. I thought it was a hoax when I first seen the clips and all that. I'm like, what is this, a movie that came out? And I literally had to keep going back and watching it. And I'm like, this seriously just happened. Because I never would have thought Chris Rock would have crossed that line, but he did. Sometimes we do. We're human. We do stuff. Yeah, it sucks. Both parts. And I'm gonna get in one thing that people might not like in 2 seconds once I catch up on some of these comments. Visit and her character was strong. What are we taking the joke as a hurtful? No, the joke wasn't. So Chris Rock made the joke because Jada had her hair cut low, and because she had on a green dress. So the first thing that came in, oh, what are you doing? Next part in G.I. Jane? Yeah. He was making the joke in that aspect, not thinking about, oh, shoot, she's sick. Oh, he knew something was happening when Will Smith got up and started walking with him with his half smirk on his face. Like, you about to get it, bro. So we say stuff sometimes and we catch ourselves later, and that's just all it is. So Jim Carrey comes out of Hollywood and says he would have sued Will Smith for $200 million.
He's broke, that's why.
So he just showed me something that, and I actually, when I went to my mom's house, Jim Carrey was like, I'm upset at once Will won the Academy Awards, that all these white actors and actresses and peers stood up and applaud for him. So this is where my next point is going. Anime, me and you gonna talk later. Now, just joking. We're good. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up on some of these. Point is, it won't get said again. That's it. Don't cross the line. Don't talk about nobody's condition you don't know nothing about. Don't talk about them being skinny. Don't talk about being fat. Don't talk about people's clothes. You don't know if they poor, broke, just like their job, living out their car. You don't know what people's situation is. So that's why you share love with people and not hate, and don't make jokes at other people's expense, because you have no idea, number one, where their breaking point is. Number two, where they are in life right there at that point. So who that? Joe Haley said Jada's toxic. She might be. I don't know. Maybe Chris didn't even know her. Chris did know, because he's good friends with the family. He did know. So just the back part. Did you know? Did you just have bunny ears? What? Oh, yeah. No, I did this. I did bunny ears. So what I'm getting to next. this is my next point. So we're going to step, it's still in the same thing. And this is what I'm going to say. I might not be liked for this comment. I might not be put on a pedestal. Some of y'all numbers might drop off here as soon as I say it, but I'm going to be 100% real. I've dealt with racial situations. I've dealt with situations where I'm being real, so don't y'all get upset. And I'm not saying it's y'all, but I've been in situations where I've heard at.
I'm out.
I've been. No. That's what.
Because that's not the point of this.
I know, but no.
The whole point of your podcast from the rip was the slap or not the slap. People are upset and some are not. Some are against violence and some are not. I don't see it as violence. That was just a check.
I understand. I know, and I see that.
And I understand your point because, some things need to be said and some just get dismissed. So everybody's gonna have their opinion. You feel me?
No, I understand that, but
you know what I'm saying? Times have changed, dude. Back
okay.
in the days,
no, and I understand that, but it's the same way now. Look what Jim Carrey just said.
But that dude's broke, man.
It don't matter if he's broke or not. He didn't go to the point of broke. He went to the point of why I'm more disgusted. Oh, I know. I seen when I was at my mom's house. So, all right, I'll say it. This is what I'm talking about. That's my boy Alex. Alex, say what's up. Hey, they want to see you. Step up.
No, I don't want to get slapped. Come on. I'm just saying, like, with Jim Carrey chiming in right now is perfect timing. You know what?
It is.
Now it's gonna make him relevant. No. He's calling everybody in the Oscars the Uncle Tom now because
that's pretty much it.
After what just happened. It's
so
not that.
no, this is what I'm, and that's true. This is what I'm gonna say. So I'm not calling any names. I'm not saying where I've been places, done this, but I've been in situations with my job where I've walked in and I've been told that blacks don't belong there. I've been at other places where I've been told that blacks don't belong there. I've dealt with issues myself where I've been told that I don't belong there because this is for white people. And I'm not lying, period. And it'll be places where you would probably never think it would happen, but it's happened. So with that being said, what bothered me out of this whole thing is that now you have some white people saying that this is why for years blacks didn't deserve to be here. You have Jim Carrey doing interviews. I haven't seen Jim Carrey in a while, but you have Jim Carrey in interviews saying how disgusted he is with the white people that stood up and gave a standing ovation for Will after he won. After that happened and he won, and that he's calling people Uncle Toms, and he's saying that Will Smith should have to pay. He should be arrested or sued.
No, that
he should be
200. He wants to sue 200.
He said he said he should sue. He would sue Will Smith for $200 million because of that. Because it's back about money. I just so. They say, oh, I'm not black, I'm colored. Not colored. I ain't. This is my aunt and my cousin, Aunt Kim and Anime. Y'all wrong. So he said both. He said both. Anime. He said he didn't like that people stood up and did it, and then it's just like and I could be wrong. I apologize if I am, but with stuff online, you don't trust all that. But I seen in the interview that I literally walked in my mom's room and he was on TV talking, and I heard him say certain stuff and certain things, and I also heard him say that about like it shouldn't be condoned. Like why are y'all standing up? Like all y'all should be ashamed of yourself, and that's it. So okay, so. Okay, so both. Why are we making it about black and white? I'm not making. And played in the house after I saw him in his interview. Um, so Amber Davis, I'm not Davis Dormis. Amber just put Jim Carrey will no longer be played in my house after I saw his interview. He is a racist, so and so. So
who's the racist?
Jim Carrey. She's seen the interview.
He's not a racist. He's broke.
He's Alex said, Amber, Jim Carrey's not a racist. He's just broke, so he's trying to get money.
No, I don't know.
No, but I'm just. It just, and I'm not anime. I'm not making this about black and white. I am not. I'm saying, for me, what bothered me on top of everything else is that it was two black guys doing this, and now people are looking at me like this is why black shouldn't be here. That is what bothered me. I'm not saying that, oh, this and that, and this is the podcast of we talking and we just vibing and we're not arguing, we're not going crazy about it. I'm just telling you how I feel, and that's just it made me feel like sometimes when I'm like now boom, now it's hits. So it's Will assaulted him and he should be arrested and he should be put in jail, or Chris Rock crossed the line. Will shouldn't have slapped him. He should have dealt with it later. Oh, well, Chris Rock didn't know that Jada had a condition or this other stuff. And now on top of that, it's why are they here? Because for years, it took a while for any black or minority to win Oscar award and Oscar. And I don't know who was it. Denzel? I think Denzel might have been the first one some years ago. But anyways, that is what bothered me a little bit more out of all this, because now that's just another avenue that's going to be tied into all the BS. So yeah, Will don't care about money. Will got money. 200 million. All right, cool, whatever. Pay it by if that's what you want to make you feel better about what happened. If dollar bills is what makes you feel better at night about what happened, Will don't care. He'll pay it because he'll make it right back. So Jim Carrey saying that is just Jim Carrey. I used to love Jim Carrey. I was all about Jim Carrey. When I went to LA, I wanted to do a movie with Jim Carrey. Now, that's how things are. So listen, don't let me start. We didn't have to come over here and change. All right, Auntie, I'm done. I changed the subject. Subject has changed. Amber said he is both.
Who's both?
Jim Carrey. He's a racist and broke.
Okay, cool.
He said, cool. Denzel told Will he needed to watch himself because it's an open door. That is, and I said that earlier, Joe, and that was one thing. Denzel has, and I spoke about Denzel in one of my earlier episodes. He's one of the well-known actors in the industry for a while, but he is so dedicated himself to God and trying to live right and do right and speak truth. And if nobody's seen it, because I didn't see it until I was just at my mom's house doing the commercial, Chris Rock walked towards the edge of the stage to kind of apologize to them. And Denzel had already gotten up out of his seat and was standing between the two, trying to de-escalate the situation. Like, hey, listen, this is not how we do it. We shouldn't do it here. And it de-escalated. Then P. Diddy got up later, Puff Daddy got up later and was like, Will Smith, I'm Chris Rock. We're going to take care of this later like family. And you know what happened? They both laughed. Like, oh, all right, we got you. And leave it alone because it just didn't look good. So, yes, it wasn't good. And Denzel is very good. And I applaud that man. You know how much strife you get in the industry for talking about God, dealing with God, podcasts about God, or even bringing God up and religion up and all that. And he is true to it. And you look at his past couple movies. He is. So, Haley, I don't know what you're ewing about. Is it my hair? Because you've been talking. I've been seeing your little sly comments in here, Haley, about my hair. I like my hair. I think it look good. I might dread it back up or cornrow it. best advice was from him, and they have gone after his wife. Yeah. So,
you know, bottom line, it was a man that chose that moment to let it go. Like I truly feel if this dude really, with all that entanglement shit that everybody's talking about, if he really disliked
watch
his
your
wife,
language.
anyways, if he really, you know what I'm saying, with the entanglement stuff, really didn't have, you know what I'm saying, for his wife, he would let that slide and be like, that's what you deserve. But instead, he was like, yo, that's my ride or die.
Yeah.
The look that she gave him, he ate some and walked up there and did what he had to do.
Yeah.
One and done. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, that's what was done. Now with social media, everybody's politically correct
and butt hurt over everything, right. And everything, something that comes up like, oh no, they shouldn't have done that. Because I'm gonna take it like Aunt your mammy taking off. Somebody had a post where Aunt your mammy syrup and who was the other one? Wow,
I don't even want to look at you, man. Like what the like, come on.
But no, I didn't, and man, and like it. That all also goes to too that we all sit in front of this thing now, and this is everybody's life. Instead of going outside and enjoying life and everything, social media takes over everything, which it can be used for positive influence and everything else too, which is what I'm here. I didn't burp. Did I burp? My bad, Haley. Excuse me, folks. I apologize that I burped. I didn't want to share my drink on here because I'm not supporting. Oh, there it is. I'm not supporting nobody. So all the people there's the people they're responding not married, and also they blame on someone. I know. Oh, I know my uncle. My uncle Norris would have been worse. It would have been like Tupac and Biggie them back at the awards years ago.
That's holy cow, that was gunplay. That was
yeah. Forever. So, both guys were wrong. In hindsight, sitting here, we're talking about it. Everybody has time to collect their thoughts. Everybody has time to collect themselves. Yes, everybody was wrong in the situation. And all I was saying is that being 100% true, real about myself and to you all, if I was in that situation, I would have had the same exact reaction. That's it.
So now you know he got your back.
So now you know I'm your Will Smith. What's that? So all right, Lex won't be invited no more because if it is my cousin said black folks won't be invited no more because we went up there and acted a fool. That's true, unless we tell them we bringing some barbecue because I make some mean mac and cheese and baked beans. They'll invite us back. I would hope not. People need to judge individuals not by race, but it's sad to judge others as group. That's it, and that's all it is. And it ain't nothing else in there. He gonna get mad at you. You give him them crumbs. Alex over here trying to give Coco some treats, and it ain't nothing left in there but crumbs. And he picking up crumbs one by one. Coco looking at him like, dude, I know there ain't nothing in there. I've been looking at that empty thing for 2 weeks. So I appreciate y'all. See, that's it, anime, and that's all to it, cuz. And she just put, my husband said he would have done the same thing. Yeah. Me being the person I am now, not the younger me, the now me, would have told him, honey, this isn't the place. Yeah, but you can say that all you want. But when a man has to defend his, he's going to defend his. There's been many times where, you can say something, but mean something else. You want your husband, your other half, to defend you, not saying to the cost where you're going to, hey, go kill yourself because they just said something about me. But listen, we're going to let them know because y'all know how the world is nowadays. One person do it, the next going to do it. Next thing you know, just like Will crying and showing that he's emotional. Men shouldn't cry. And he became the storefront of freaking memes and stuff. Tyrese crying and everybody making jokes of him. But if I'm not mistaken, he was crying. That thing was about what? The fact that he didn't see his daughter. He was emotional about seeing his child and he couldn't see his child or whatever, something like that. There was a reason behind it, but people don't care. They don't care. Just like the minute that happened, and I'm like, oh, this has to be a joke. This has to be a scene from something. And I went online. I started seeing meme after meme after meme. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What does Chris Rock now have on his face? Fresh Prince, but it was spelled Prints, like fingerprints. It's just that is not funny. But it's just, that men should definitely you say that. But when men do cry, they're looked as weak. They're looked as not manly. They're like, I don't want no dude like that. And that's basically what happens. You're saying men should cry. You're married. You want your husband to be open. You want your husband to be emotional. You want your husband in that way. But when you're in the world, some women don't want that. Single women don't want to see that sometimes. I'm not saying all. I'm saying it's the worldly view. Just like the worldly view is all women should be slim and thin and big boobs and big butts and nothing else. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons. And so, the world is going to view people in a certain way. And then everybody, regardless, we think we shouldn't do it or not. I'm 40 years old. The world's telling me I should have had kids, married, and doing my own thing by now. You know where I'm at? I'm single, no kids, and retired because I've had 2 major back surgeries, shoulder surgery, Achilles surgery. Like it. So when you don't amount up to what the world, regardless, I know I'm a good dude and I'm doing things right and I'm doing good. That always creeps in. But then when people keep throwing it back in your face or throwing stuff up, then it just makes you feel like crap. And that's basically what saying. Denzel was saying. Come on, Carlos, come on, man. You just messed up the whole news. Oh my Lord.
What does it say?
Carlos, stop. Oh my goodness. All right. So anyways, all right, Auntie, go back to work. Be safe. Love you. Take care of yourself. Carlos, man, you gonna have a talk later, bro. Oh my goodness. But yo, man, that's all it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate the conversation. Thank you, cuz Anime for speaking up. Thank you, Auntie, for speaking up. Joe, Amber, everybody that chimed in and that listened and that shared their point. Everybody has different points of views. I'm not on here to tell you that y'all are wrong and this person wrong. I'm on here to talk about certain situations. Yeah, I get lost sometimes. But to talk about certain situations, not only to talk about certain situations, but to share my point of view on certain. This is not edited. I do this live right now as we speak, and I upload it. I don't go back and change nothing. What you see is what you get.
I knew that was going to happen.
But anyways, there is stuff. Stay offline. Get offline. I know it's hard to even view what's going on right now, just because it's just so much. And then the news feed, like, that's why I do this. That's why I like doing this podcast, because there's so much negativity out there and nobody's speaking real. Nobody's speaking on the real truth. Nobody being real about anything. Everything's been edited, turned, twist, and all that kind of stuff. So this, like, Alex is over here just going through online stuff, and one thing after another, and this person is supporting Will, and this person is supporting Chris Rock, and they were both wrong. That's all to it. At the end of the day, they're both wrong. Now, yeah, hindsight, we can say they were both wrong because they were. Chris Rock should have stepped over the line. Will shouldn't have got there and slapped him. In the heat of the moment, if I was Will, I probably would have reacted the same way. That's all I'm saying. That's it. And most men would say the same, and that's just all to it. So, Anime, I do love you. I appreciate you, because for not only tuning in, but for conversating back and forth. I don't mind people not having the same point of view as me. That's what makes this. If everybody agree the same way, then we just, I don't want yes sir, yes man, yes ma'ams, and all that. I want to talk. I want to actually have real conversations. I want to be real. Share your heart. Share what you're thinking, and that's just what this channel is about. So share this, y'all. Hey, listen. They don't want me in a comedy show. Let me go to a comedy show and they crack on my hat. I'm going in. already got like 5 jokes ready. I'll take it to any comedian that need to be, and it's gonna be on because I know about them. They don't know about me. See, that's one thing. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'll sit in the back at comedy shows because I will say something slick. Anyways, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in. I do not know when the next one is. I'll let you know on Facebook, and I'll try to repost it to Instagram and let you know too. But man, y'all just enjoy life, enjoy yourself, love on people, teach your children love on people. If you don't see people loving on people, then you be the one to share the love and show the love. If we all just take care of each other and love on each other and have fun with each other, then we can be a little bit better off, at least us ourselves as a family and group and friends and all that stuff, and make Facebook and everything else just that much easier and love worthy. Y'all be easy. I love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Peace. 2 and 2. That's from old Love Connection, ain't it? See y'all in 2 and 2. Back. Appreciate it. So thank my boy Alex for tuning in for the side time. We're gonna get him on here. I haven't got the room set up yet. My fault. And I'm gonna start moving around a little bit because I maybe want to try to go to people's location or go somewhere and talk to somebody. I still gotta get with Trip M and run that and all that stuff. So anyways, I love y'all. Be easy. Take care of yourself. Have a great night. Have a great week. And tune in. If you ain't been on, find me on Trip Podcast on YouTube. There it is over there. Oh, Trip Podcast on YouTube. And then I haven't learned all this yet. So find me on Trip Podcast on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, and then y'all will know when I'm on, just like on Facebook Live. But love y'all. Be good. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good night, not day. And the end of the month is Thursday, so y'all better get yourself right and take care of what you need to take care of. Love y'all. File them taxes. That's what Alex just said. Catch y'all on the back. Appreciate you, Alex. Everybody say what's up. See you. Peace.